Remember, right now, you invited me on.
I know the horrors. What have I unleashed upon myself?
Hey, you leave Johnny Hellcat alone.
Oh Lord. Oh man. As you can clearly see that Angela isn't here tonight. So the inmates are running the asylum, and that's a good thing because we have 2 guests tonight.
Nothing but Pokemon articles.
But that's a good thing.
Breadlines are good. All right. Let's play the intro. Get this party started.
Welcome to the Midnight Show with the Midnight Crew. Rotncorpse, Angela Arrega, James Colley, Terry Diamantis, and our host, T. Alexander, with special guests, Will It Forge, Jack Gunski. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin.
Welcome
You
to
need
the
to fire
Midnight
that
Show.
announcer guy. You need to fire him.
I need to fire him. Okay.
Sucks. I
He
hate
does.
the sound of his voice.
Totally. Welcome to the Midnight Show. Currently being filmed in front of, well, God damn it, where the hell did the cat go? Oh, well, she's around here somewhere.
Well, there's 2 cats on the screen, so there you go.
Ha! Sweet. Tonight we have 2 special guests because Angela is currently enjoying the movies with her friends instead of being here with us.
How dare she?
How dare she? You know. But it's all good.
I never.
Yeah, y'all are most affected by this.
We are.
I mean, yeah, her boyfriend couldn't be affected at all by this one, right?
Not at all. You don't count for nothing.
I know.
What am I supposed to be affected by again?
I don't remember. Something about a cat.
Oh no, the warden's gone.
Yeah, the inmates are running the asylum. So,
Always
so
running
run
the
wild.
so tonight we have, as always, the Midnight Crew. We have Rotncorpse. How you doing, Rodden?
It's a day.
It's a day. Makes sense. We have James Colley. How you doing, James?
Terrible.
As always.
Yeah.
And we also have with us Terry Diamantis. How you doing, Terry?
Yeah, I'm all right. How about you?
I'm great. We have 2 special guests. You heard his voice earlier on our intro. Jack Gunski. How you doing, Gunski?
That was me?
It was. And we're going to fire you. It was terrible.
Oh, shit.
And then we have having his first appearance on the Midnight Show, Will It Forge. Hey, Will. How you doing?
You need to hire a better voiceover there.
I know. He's terrible. He was cheap. And, you know.
Yeah, I know. You got cheap. You got good. You got quick. Pick 2.
So I just got cheap and good, cheap and quick. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. For people not in the know, I don't record the thing each time, but every time so far, Tears came to me with a new guest lineup. He's asked me to record new people's voices. And so what I did this last time is if you record on 2 separate occasions, you'll sound different based on your head's position and so on and so forth and surrounding conditions. So what I said is this time, once I get things sounding relatively consistent, I'll just record a shitload of names. Everyone I could think of, basically. And then I made the mistake of announcing this fact on my Discord.
No.
By the way, everybody, I have an audio recording of me saying your name on my computer.
And I
what
myself to
he
it.
needs to do now is invite people like Nick Ricada, Bearing.
He's
Record-
throwing
yeah.
down the gauntlet.
Just
Look,
to mess with me.
Look,
But
we're
the
gonna
point
get
is that
Nosferatu on here at some point, okay?
Hey, wait a minute. Gunski, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you invite Polydub on my screen for me?
well, I do have his name recorded. So
How about Kefki? Can we get Kefki on at some
I
point?
would love to get Kefki on. Kefki and Mr. Adam together. It'll be a fucking Monday show remix.
Yeah.
Or
I
Friday.
may
show
have
sometimes.
recorded Kefki. I don't know. But the point being, it was a mistake to announce that I had an audio recording of a whole shitload of people's names.
So
I don't
quite
know
Because
literally,
people got creeped the fuck out.
Don't
See, I don't
worry.
know why.
all I can say is, so quite literally, the advice that Monkey was saying Hunter Avalon should take in of shut the fuck up is what you should have done.
Well,
Yo, Frosted.
I don't know why people are creeped out by the fact that you said their name. Like,
well, I think it's more like their name is a personal thing, and so I have a personal thing of theirs on my computer. But here's the other thing. I've already said their name at some point on my computer, insofar that they've been on my show.
Right.
So it's there
that's what I mean.
somewhere.
I
Yeah.
don't see why people are creeped out by it.
I think it's one of those things where when you say it in a specific way, it sounds creepy, but when you think about it, it's really not that creepy. Like at a con.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not like
it's
like Jack's moaning their name.
Yeah, and even
Well,
that,
would be
it's for a specific reason. Like it'd be a little different if Jack had him just because he wanted to hear himself say someone else's name. No, I asked him to do this for me. You know, I like the way he sounds like a fucking game show announcer.
That's exactly why I hate it.
I've been saying this. I think I said last time on the show. I feel compelled to do a recording of the intro with just a flat monotone voice and end it by saying "Fuck you, Terry."
I'd be like,
Welcome to the Midnight Show.
I'd be
with
like,
the
finally, you got it
Midnight
right.
Crew, Terry Diamantis.
No, you do that, and I'll be like, finally, he gets it right.
Give up, Terry. He's never gonna get it right.
True. True.
Couldn't get it right, just like the Climax Blues Band.
That's true.
Tier,
Yes, sir.
I want you to know I did not prep any articles this week. Do you know why?
Why?
So I can Pokemon it up.
Exactly my point.
Son of a
That's what I was
bitch.
gonna say. I have donated my article time to Terry.
Dude, God damn it. You traitor. No, we're not doing it. Well, I got several articles we can read that I should have gotten to earlier, but anyone knows what Star Citizen is?
Who?
Isn't that video game that Razor Fist talks about because it got like a whole bunch of funding and then it never panned out at all?
Well, I got an article involving that one. Let's see. Let me put on my banners. Will, I'm pretty sure you're not familiar with the format of my show. I don't know if you watch. You know.
We have a
So-
format?
Yes, we have a format. Goddamn it, we do a few news articles and then we do the asshole stories.
I know we do an intro and then we usually go into giving each other shit.
Oh yeah. That's between the intro and giving shit. You know, we do a few stories.
If
We could
format,
probably
who
drop the
invited
stories
Scribe?
entirely and give each other shit for an hour or two.
You know, true. Let's see. Where my banner? There it is. I need to upgrade it. All right. The first one it's called Star Citizen has now cost more to develop than GTA 5, Cyberpunk, and Red Dead Redemption combined.
Oh, we've got a Duke Nukem Forever situation then.
Yes, we do.
We
Yes,
definitely know
indeed.
it's not
And
Half-Life 3 because I don't even think they've done anything on that.
All right, I got a
Yeah,
question. Got a question for everybody. How much do you think it costs?
350 million.
No, more than that.
What?
I-
More than 350? 500.
Is this
No, but I'm
prices
saying,
right?
I'm saying if it's all those games combined, it's got to be like pushing $1 billion.
Someone's warm.
Oh shit!
13.2 billion.
No.
How about $1.5 billion?
No. It's still in the millions. But you were close with 500.
Oh,
900 and or
That's
9.
it.
999.
are you gonna have us guessing all fucking night? Just tell us already.
I'll read the article. God damn, you're no fun.
Okay, got the Lebanese.
You're the one that
Is
invited
it
him on.
501? No. 502? No.
No. All right. And let me read. In the gaming world, there's one game that attracted controversy and backer funding in equal amounts: Star Citizen, with funding exceeding $590 million,
Okay.
surpassing the combined budgets of iconic and famously expensive titles like GTA 5, Cyberpunk 2077, and Red Dead Redemption 2. It has an iron grip on the mantle of most expensive game in history. Granted, there's some quibbling to be done on development versus marketing costs. Still, as far as general analysis estimates of pure development costs go, Star Citizen is more expensive than all 3 games combined.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking it has to be up there towards $1 billion, because those were not cheap games. Those were very expensive games.
They
And
were.
You want to know what? I bet you that most of that money has totally evaporated into the ether. And
It
it's
has.
not even because of corruption or anything like that. It's because a game like that, because from my understanding, it doesn't really have a solid vision of what it's supposed to be. And so what's going to happen is you're going to have...
I think it's the Duke Nukem Forever situation.
It
where
is.
They had to constantly throw out the old build of the game and start from scratch.
Exactly.
Because what they were building was no longer good enough to release in the current a game that starts development in the year 2000 is going to be different to a game that is developed in 2010. So if you spent 10 years developing your game, suddenly it's not going to cut it against the other games that are coming out. So you've got to...
It really won't.
Yeah, so you've got to then go rebuild the entire game, and then you end up further and further behind, and you end up in Duke Nukem Forever land.
The problem is that we don't need amazing graphics out of a video game. What we need out of a video game is depth of gameplay. And that's the thing that a lot of games are very sorely lacking.
Well, see, the problem with, at least in Star Citizen case, it tried to be everything without a focus.
Yeah, never do that.
Yes.
So it wanted to be a space sim where you could be a pirate, you could be, a trader, you could be a dog fighter, leading a rebellion, if you will. And without a clear focus, it ballooned. And I believe that there had to be somebody corrupt, because you started selling ships for a game that isn't done.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, but I think with what Jack was saying about depth of gameplay, I think there are going to be people who buy purely on graphics. Graphics are what gets the eyes on your product to begin with. So they do have to be at least a certain level. You can't be releasing 8-bit graphics unless you're an indie dev.
Well, yes, but keep in mind...
I'll say, or unless, you're bringing up that you're making a retro game. It has to be noted from the start.
James.
Mm-hmm.
You fell asleep, James.
No, I'm not asleep. I'm listening.
No, your
you're snoring into your microphone.
Oh, shit.
This is oxygen.
But the graphics, if you're a proper publisher like Capcom or EA or whoever, there is a minimum threshold for the kind of graphics that would be acceptable for your game. They cannot release a game with 8 or 16-bit graphics. If EA came out with a game that looked like a Super Nintendo game, they would be ridiculed out of existence.
It depends.
Then explain Minecraft.
No, that was, but Mojang wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mojang was an indie dev.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Minecraft started
Minecraft
as an
is
indie
a
project.
big publisher cannot do that. Minecraft was an indie developer. They can get away with anything because the bar is way lower. Because like, if you're one dude, no one expects you to be making the same kind of games that, you know, Ubisoft or Capcom or Konami are making. No one's going to expect.
Well,
Shit,
I'm-
FNAF. It's FNAF is all still images. Technically, all it's still images on pre-rendered.
Well, you can't actually have some AAA ones that can get away with doing that because Square did Octopath Traveler and that was more 8-bit oriented.
Yeah,
But
that's
Square's also known for the RPG elements in that whole thing. And considering even when they released games that had better graphics, they still would release games like Final Fantasy Tactics and shit like that.
Yeah, but even then, if you're designing a game that is like you can design an 8-bit game, like say Bravely Default 2. It was designed to look retro. You know, it doesn't have new graphics at all.
I would say there's a difference because I don't think you could release actually 16-bit graphics. Like Octopath Traveler has the aesthetic of 16-bit graphics, but the actual graphical quality is much higher.
There's a solution to this, and unfortunately, it's not really done. I don't know if it's done in the video games industry, but it was done in the movie industry for a while, and that is to create an indie offshoot of your brand. So, for example, Fox had Fox Searchlight, and so they would fund minor movies through that.
So someone has come up with that idea and complained. It might have actually been Jim Sterling of all people, if I think about it. But no, like someone said that this is what the gaming industry desperately needs because it's the only way we can get the big companies to actually try new things. Because if every game is a AAA blockbuster, you don't take gambles with AAA blockbusters. You play it very, very safe.
Yeah.
And so if you want them to take risks, they need to start having smaller budget games like AA or whatever you want to call it instead of AAA.
Yeah.
Well, they've been fucking up. Like every major developer as of late has been putting out dog shit.
Of course.
Like, I mean, developers need to get into investing in the indies. Basically, just hey, we'll invest in the background. I mean, we'll kind of like what it looks like you're doing. We'll invest in the background for your project, and you'll pay us royalties off of it instead of us claiming it.
That would be good, except for the fact that they always start interfering. Like if they go up to an indie dev and say, "We like what you're doing. We want to give you money," they'll start saying, "Actually, can you change this? No. We'd prefer it if you did that instead."
Or look at Kerbal. Kerbal Space Program.
I've never played it. I've seen it.
So no, I'm saying what happened to them. So they got, I forget the publisher they got for it, and Kerbal tried. They lost. I think they lost the rights or something. They got into a legal battle over who owned the game.
Right.
But the publisher argued like they owned it, and they argued that, and they're a little tiny indie dev.
I mean, they're not going to win a legal battle with the publisher.
That's where you got to be very careful what the contract says on it.
Exactly. Like it got really.
The terms have to be very clear. Who owns it? What's going on? Who controls development? Is basically it's got to be a pure investment thing. You are giving money for a share in the profits, not for control, not for ownership. You'll get royalties off of sales, not, hey, this is where we want you to go with your game. Or even worse, this is where we want you to go with.
They should be glorified Kickstarter backers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's not how they play. They're like,
no, that's
look.
not. What they should do is say, here's the money, let us know when it's finished.
Shit, who developed not Hairbrain? I think it was Hairbrain. Hairbrain Studios developed like 2 games based off of indie development, and Owlcat. Owlcat did the both Pathfinder games, Kickstarters. So it's very much feasible to make games based on funded completely by Kickstarter.
Like, oh yeah, no. But
I think
what we're saying
millions.
The publishers, we're saying they should be glorified Kickstarter backers in that they donate the money, but they don't start dictating terms of what's going to be in the game. But you can have a successful game off Kickstarter. Lots of people do it.
Yeah.
Add a little more business savvy. I'd set up a website to do exactly that. It'd be, basically Kickstarter for developers to game studios kind of thing.
Yeah.
But again, at some point, somebody's gonna want. Oh well, could you add this? Can you put that in there? Can you do this?
Well, this is popular right now. Can you put that in there?
Shit. Exactly. The original build for again, I could be wrong. The original thing for Marvel's Avengers. It was supposed to not be a live service game, and live services ruin every fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking microtransactions ruin fucking everything.
I mean, people are up in arms because Street Fighter 6 added a battle pass system or whatever it's called, where you pay $5 to, and then you've got like all these tiers based on how much you play it, and you unlock cosmetics. It's like, just don't buy it. It's all shit. There's nothing good in there. I don't know why people are upset. Just ignore it.
It's because so I feel why people are up in arms about that one. In a fighting game, you literally paywalling shit you already put in the game.
Yeah.
Sure, but it's all cosmetic garbage. Like, does it really matter if you don't have access to a certain hat for your avatar? Like, it doesn't have any gameplay effect. It doesn't matter.
And so the only way I kind of say it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter that I think that they ought to do is what they did with like the Resident Evil 2 remake. Now, if you wanted to be super lazy because you weren't doing all the other stuff, you could actually go through and purchase the thing to have access to all the infinite weapons, but it was still all available to be got through in the game.
Yeah.
See, one of the things that I did understand the uproar was, I forget which game it was. It was some fighting game, but all the characters from the first DLC were on the disc when you bought it, but you had to pay extra money to unlock them. And that I understand people being in an uproar. Like the characters are already here. Why aren't they in the game? That I understand. But cosmetic bullshit, I don't give a fuck about it.
But see, some microtransactions, like the shit in, we'll use fucking Fallout 76. That shit was pay to win. You have those issues too. And with an open world competitive game.
Like,
I don't play those games
either.
Those
games.
Yeah, I'd rather have pay to play than pay to win.
Yeah.
Like, most definitely, especially in a multiplayer game where having a balanced weapon makes or breaks the game.
Yeah, like if you're playing a game and they're like, "Hey, if you give me $5, I'll let you cheat or I'll let you advance further." It's like, you know what? This is not the game for me. I'm going to play a game that's good, and then you don't give them money. You don't reward them for being exploitative assholes. If people stop buying the shit, they'll stop putting it in the game.
Well, people have stopped buying the shit, and then you got shit like fucking FIFA, where, oh well, you want the new roster, you have to pay us $5.
Yeah, don't buy it.
I don't buy it. I haven't bought a sports game in a trillion years.
No, but that's my point. Is like, if people don't buy it, then they will stop putting it in. If people are like, you know what? I'm not paying $5 for some shitty emotes and like an extra hat. Well, that's bullshit. Fuck it. I'm keeping my money. If enough people do that, then next time they'll be like, should we put a battle pass system in? Well, no. The last time we didn't make any money.
Shit. We're literally killing live service games. Like, people have stopped playing live service games. Like,
and they should.
Like, Anthem was live service. It's fucking what's the other one? Fucking Marvel's Avengers, live service. And people stop playing that shit, and it's literally killing it. And it should die.
Okay, I'm gonna pause here a moment because Terry is distracting me. Now the second time he's mentioned hats, and now I've got to have a hat on my avatar.
God damn it.
Is somebody good enough with Photoshopped, put a hat on the cat?
I am, but I'm not going to help you out.
In other words, well, he's telling you
I don't use Photoshop. I've used Paint.net for all but one of my avatars.
I don't use Photoshop. I use Mova. So, yeah.
See,
I got
use
Photoshop and I
artistic
got
talents.
GIMP.
I use Kefti's artistic talents for my avatars.
And Inkscape.
For my avatars, I use Midjourney.
For my avatars, I just put text on a black background.
And you're lazy, we know. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to actually take and paint a new avatar sometime.
Well, otherwise, my avatar was done by Far.
Hey, Will, you know what you could paint? You could paint my fucking picture.
Well, you ain't got to take that shit from him. You're a guest on my show.
I thought you were going to say...
there's a background here. I do owe him.
I thought Jack was going to say D's nuts when he said, you know what you can paint?
Well, is there a difference? They're the same thing.
That's not me laughing. I wasn't laughing. Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
I do owe him a piece of art. So
I'm surprised Blue Swirl hasn't complained as much as I have. Unless
the
they
Swirl
have.
Blues has gotten hers already.
Oh, I see. I see how it is.
Oh no, what have I done?
Benefits of knowing me in person, living nearby, and the piece already being completed at the time it's promised.
Yeah.
Mostly completed.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Did we just become a drama channel? Because I'm all for it.
Okay,
I don't
record Keemstar's name. Record
Keemstar.
I'm just giving Will shit. I know he's never gonna make that painting.
Oh, I
He's gonna make it
absolutely
eventually.
say he says that he doesn't understand the project's already in process.
In other words, you'll get it when he's fucking finished.
Exactly.
Is this like the same in process like when Windows is saying
It's buffering
99% for 5 hours until I restart it and have to reinstall the updates?
No, there is actually paint on canvas.
Ah, okay. Speaking of which, I haven't seen you do any paint streams recently.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at your channel.
And looking
didn't
at
see
Twitch,
much.
I had one last weekend.
Oh, well, I missed that. But then
Someone
again, I
didn't
usually
invite-
just watch YouTube, so I don't really check Twitch that often.
Twitch is dying. That's another.
Twitch
Good segue. Good segue. Twitch is fucking dying, and I'm all for it.
I have to go back to just doing on YouTube.
But you know who
then.
else is dying? Butterfree. There's a niche.
Oh, God damn it, Jesus Christ! God damn you and your Butterfree.
I can read another Pokemon if you prefer.
No.
You did pick this one, so I thought I'd try.
I think because of the fact of Tier calling them Snorlax, you should do Snorlax.
God damn it.
Let me just look him up.
No. Bastards, all of you. From what I hear, Kick is kicking its ass. With a 90-10, 95-5 split to creators, and fucking Twitch just upped its cut from 70-30 to 50-50.
Just quickly, Will Frosted says he sent you the Photoshop in your Discord.
I assume that Frosted made a joke photo.
He probably did.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
He did want me to tell
Discord.
Will because I don't think Will acknowledged it.
Oh, well, then
The odds that this was a sincere.
you have to show us
zero.
if you're gonna laugh on stream. You have to show us what you're laughing at. There's the rules.
Yeah, let's see if I can get this.
Still in your mom's bedroom.
There we go. It's in the chat so somebody can.
All right, let me.
What chat? Oh.
Wait a minute.
Oh, shit. Shit.
Yeah, by all means, throw it up on the screen. I mean,
Wait a minute. I'll put it. There it is.
Frosted, you're fucking demented.
Frosty, you are a scholar and a gentleman. And, sir, I would like to have you on one day.
That said,
he's a
your name
gentleman,
has
scholar,
not been
and lesser
recorded.
psychopath.
Well, your name's already been pre-recorded. Can y'all see?
Yes, unfortunately, I can see.
Always willing to help.
Oh, man. All right. That's enough of that shit.
So Twitch.
Yes.
Twitch is gay.
Ooh. Them sound like fighting words. Now, so Twitch has started doing some dumb shit, and then walked all that most of that dumb shit back. Like you can't do on-screen advertisements and whatnot. And
Well, why the fuck not?
Because they're going broke.
Oh, I see. So this is a futile cash grab.
Pretty much.
This is like Netflix getting all butthurt about people sharing account passwords. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? How is any change you can possibly make to your platform, how is it going to affect this particular issue in any way that benefits you at all?
Well, I was done after that cutie shit, so I can't lie.
I quit them after that and have never been back, have not missed it.
I recently quit Hulu too. Fuck Hulu.
I mean, like, think about it. If Twitch, okay, let's say Matt Christensen does Phoenix Ammunition as a sponsor on his show on YouTube. Mm-hmm. If YouTube suddenly had this same policy that Matt Christensen was no longer allowed to sponsor it on his channel, what do you think would happen to that money from Phoenix Ammunition? Do you think Phoenix Ammunition would give the money to YouTube to just throw into the ether? No. They're not going to become a sponsor. Are you fucking kidding me? They hate YouTube.
But yeah, especially for ammunition.
Money, there's no money that is going to be made from YouTube by that policy change. So why do it?
It is literally a cash grab and like will force their creators to advertise their products. So it's more ad revenue for them because you can't get an outside sponsor deal, but you can go to our approved sponsors. It is literally a cash grab.
The thing is, Jack, you act like corporate America on any level always thinks rationally, really thinks about the
ramifications of their actions.
Yeah, the ramifications, thinks through the whole process and tries to come up with the absolute best answer. And I can tell you it doesn't happen.
I can agree. I can
where my dad worked. Absolutely brilliant company, huge company, very profitable and everything. They had this situation in one of their divisions, basically a process that wasn't well designed, wasn't working well. Like, hey, we can fix this. The cost to fix it over the course of 2 years was less than one department's petty cash budget for 1 year. The second the new process would go live, it would save them more money than the entire cost of the process. So the second it goes live, it saves them more money than they spent over that entire 2 years, and it just aggregates from there. And they rejected it because of that cost and how long it would take.
Yeah. All right. So
if they could have it fixed in 5 minutes and cost 10 times as much, they would have done it in a heartbeat.
All right. So I know why that one can easily be explained. It is a kickback. Somebody somewhere is getting money to go through that 5 minute process. Like, even if it costs double, triple, somebody somewhere. Oh, well, I know a guy that can do it, or every time I bring them X amount of dollars in, they give me X amount of dollars out.
That would make sense, except the entire process is run through.
Oh no, I'm talking about
software.
No, I'm talking about in general. Like, when something does not add up, somebody somewhere is getting a kickback.
The problem is that the corporate structure is inherently broken.
Greedy.
It is a terrible, terrible structure. I don't understand why it exists at all. The idea behind it is that it's supposed to diffuse responsibility. But the thing is that if you diffuse responsibility, then you can have a situation wherein nobody is acting in the best interest of the company.
Makes
sense.
At
the same time, everybody on the board has a legal obligation to act in the best interest of the company, but they can point figures in different directions.
Yeah.
I was doing my part, but something else went wrong.
It's because the CEO or X, Y, and Z did this, and I'm trying to save money, but he keeps spending it all.
He means X, Y, and Z, just to be clear.
Z.
But like, if you have one person who's running the company and they have a clear, consistent vision, it doesn't even matter if the vision is particularly brilliant. It will still be enough to carry the company most of the time. It's just that
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I mean, unless you're in a business that's just not profitable, like, restaurants or something. If you have a good product and a good vision for how to run the company, you can probably do pretty well in America.
You can.
But if you have a million people arguing over petty bullshit all the time and nothing ever gets done, then you're going to fail.
All right, so I got a perfect analogy for that. It's it also works with government too. It's easier to teach one man how to rule than it is to teach 20. It just what it is. Like you said, a single person running the company will have his clear vision and he will try to achieve his vision. But if you got a whole fucking board of people all trying to, we believe it should be done this way. Okay, but it shouldn't be done this way. My way is the better way.
I just figured that some of it runs into the same challenges as the calculation for the mind intelligence of a committee. You can apply the same thing to a board. You know the rule for that?
No, what is the rule for that?
You take the IQ of the smartest person and you divide by the number of members.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So just a question. Does anybody know what the heck is going on with this whole Reddit thing?
Reddit's gone crazy.
Yeah.
So, all right, this is from my understanding. I could be wrong, but I believe with this. Reddit has decided that it's going to kill all third-party apps.
Yeah.
It's going to force users to go to Reddit, the Reddit app and the Reddit website mainly, in order to get their ad revenue. Like, because
pushing for the ads.
Again, that's what it is. Everybody, it's all. Everybody's losing money hand over fist everywhere. They're trying to get everybody to funnel into Reddit approved shit so they can run their ads and get ad revenue, and then it'll kill third party apps like I think Narwhal, and like some other apps that you can use to view Reddit without the crappy shit.
Okay.
That's what the Reddit thing is.
Maybe that'll take care of. Guess what? Jack, you're not on your own show.
Excuse me. What'd you say?
I don't know. I think James is drunk.
I think what he said is phenomenal bulk, good attack, excellent coverage, and access to Kurt.
Shot. God damn it. Just snuck
what I want to say is that I'm having phone issues again.
Mm-hmm.
You've already seen me drop once. That's because my phone is overheating.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
You know how StreamYards and the cell phone don't mix real well.
Okay.
So I'm going to drop for a while, and I'll come back later.
All right.
Okay.
We're going to start. We're going to take up a collection to get him a new computer.
Oh, the computer's just fine. It's just that I'll tell you more about it later.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
But I think that the main problem with the internet today is
I'm going to interrupt for just a second. It's like because I wanted to do this one. It's like, but you know what wouldn't overheat his phone? Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends. That's right. We got a new sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
Get through that without even start to laugh.
But I think that the current internet economic model is pretty much broken. The advertising model is a joke. I don't know how people think that's going to work. Like they talk about, YouTube ad revenue. Honestly, if you're going to YouTube with the intention of getting ad revenue from YouTube, then why even bother at all?
Oh, yeah.
As far as I can tell, you're not going to earn anything unless you
God,
are very, very, very lucky. And even at that, you're not going to earn a tremendous amount. There are so many other avenues you can go down to earn a living off of this platform. But people are so desperate for
that Matt Christensen went.
Yeah, I mean,
shit.
YouTube,
I'm doing this as a hobby, not as a career.
Yeah,
I have a day job,
and
I
plus
have a day job, and
the 10 cents that you would earn from advertising revenue is not even close to worth the amount of aggravation you have to go through for their partnership programs.
Yeah,
because those things are just there. It's like fucking. It's like the fucking trial. You're accused of crimes and you don't know what you did, for Christ's sake.
But I think what you're missing is the point of monetizing your channel is not the ad revenue. It's YouTube will not push your channel if it's not making money from it.
Yeah.
And if for them to make money off it, they need to run ads on your channel. So if you want to monetize, YouTube will say, okay, yeah, we don't care about you. Go fuck off and die.
The thing is,
but if you're monetized, then they can be like, okay, we're making money from you. We want as many people to see your channel as possible because we get advertiser money if they do. So that is the real reason to monetize your channel. It's not the actual ad revenue.
Well, there's that.
Their whole ad structure thing is broken anyway.
It really is.
Channel anyways.
I mean, what they drive creators that are producing a lot of content and driving a lot of traffic to YouTube, drive them away for being quote unquote advertiser unfriendly and everything. And there's advertisers that would deliberately advertise on that channel through YouTube if YouTube would let them. You're like, here, let me, I'll buy $5 million in advertisement on YouTube if you let me pick what channels the advertisers play on. YouTube can make money hand over fist.
Shit, I'm pretty sure, if it was forget his guy's name. He does a gun channel. If you had an advertiser we'll say Walther would probably want to advertise on his channel. Gun enthusiasts watch his channel. Perfect group of potential buyers there. Yeah,
they have to think in the concept of ad placement and everything, not just we're going to allow the advertisers that we like and we agree with, and then once they've made the ads that they like, if we decide that somebody is going to be unfriendly to them or they're going to dislike a content creator, well, that creator is not ad friendly, we're going to reject that channel of revenue there. They're letting their politics, their personal opinions and everything get in the way of the business model being successful.
Money is green, and that's that's one of the things I've recently started hating. The more politics get involved in shit, the less money being made. I wish everybody would return to good old-fashioned greed.
Yes.
That would be nice.
That's why I wish they never would have goddamn done the first adpocalypse. If YouTube would have just told them to fuck off wouldn't be in this position. Quite literally been like, if the advertisers want to do this, they can pull it or they won't. But instead, they just had to go through their whole thing, and someone had to be a fucking Karen.
Well,
so you can throw your hissy fit. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure the amount of money that you were bringing in, another advertiser will be more than willing to spend to get your slots. Open to the bid.
If they had say, all they would have had to do is basically say, hey, we had, go out and just say, hey, we had this premium advertiser, this premium customer paying for this prime advertising opportunity. They left. Here's your chance. Get in right now. We'll give you a discount for the first 6 months.
But you got to sign an X amount of. You got to sign it like a year contract.
You got to sign a contract for this many ads over the course of a year. We'll discount the first 6 months. Here's your chance to get into it. They would have had businesses clamoring to take over it. Everybody who's like, oh, we don't like this content, we won't pay for advertising. If they just said, okay, see ya.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
They'd be making, they would be making truckloads of money right now.
Yes.
And they would not have driven away some huge content creators.
And that's another thing that YouTube is fucking going wrong with. YouTube is trying to be TV too.
Yeah, it is. But I think YouTube's entire response should have been 4 letters, KBYE, and then just that's it.
KBY what?
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Yeah, but again, you that's their failing and their fuck up.
It's another failing of the corporate structure. The idea behind a corporate structure, in part, is that it's supposed to be risk averse. And
greed is good. You're right, Frosty.
And risk aversion is a failure on multiple fronts. Number one, if you never take risks, you can never grow. And number two, and this is what is applicable here, you can claim anything is risk averse. So basically, if you, for example, you have a political leaning that is considered by many to be the default center of morality in the universe, like Marxism, for example, then you can justifiably claim any number of canceling events that you do is for risk aversion because you don't want to offend anyone.
And the ones that are being the most successful are the ones that are saying, fine, be offended, screw you.
Well, pardon me, but I find what YouTube does to be offensive unto itself, but they're never going to acknowledge that. They're never going to acknowledge that side of the coin that, the most offensive thing can be, to me, the most offensive thing is the most inoffensive thing. The thing that takes no risks, the thing that does the same thing every single time and is boring and sticks to the formula.
No, I don't like their hypocrisy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
YouTube is fucking a giant fucking set of hypocrites. All right. Now,
because they try to do that whole, we're a business, so we want to make money, but also we're going to try to have a moral supremacy clause.
Yeah, but okay, so this is an old example, but it's fucking true. There was the guy and his boyfriend that was shoving shit up his ass on camera. Like it was
them playing the whole what's in my butt. Dildo?
I believe. Yeah, like he had a curtain, but we all knew what the fuck he was doing.
That was not only marked by YouTube as advertiser friendly, it was marked as kid friendly.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on. Have you ever seen that picture of like the of what it's supposed to look like when you're having a stroke? I just kind of got the verbal equivalent of that. What the fuck are you talking about?
What?
So you don't remember that there was? I know Monkeys talked about him. There was a guy that when the whole thing, I don't remember which apocalypse it was, basically got
second.
parents and whatnot. And what his whole channel was, as a gay man, was he would have a sheet up to where you couldn't see what was going on, and he had to guess what was going up his ass.
Oh God.
Pretty much, yeah.
What the fuck?
And him and his boyfriend literally
And
fucked
quite
on
literally, he did have
video.
they had a recorded thing of him getting banged, and he's just like, "Is that your penis?" And it's like, "Yeah." But
Advertiser friendly.
You also have
As
to remember,
Crowder
there's-
said, it's
Well,
always
hold on,
the dick.
hold on.
It's always the dick.
don't forget, there's also been naked yoga on YouTube. If I remember correctly, there
Mhm.
still is.
Advertiser friendly. Like,
That's
but
why it always gets annoying when they're like, "Stop doing guidelines, just give us actual rules."
No, but
Yeah,
if they did that, then they
Is
couldn't
something
enforce
allowed
them
is something not
arbitrarily.
allowed, but they don't want to tell you what the rules are because then they can't bust you for breaking them.
and,
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
don't realize that they're quite literally losing money because of that.
Yeah, but
I think to some extent they do realize they're losing money. I don't think they care.
no, their ideology comes before profit. They don't care about losing money if it's in service of promoting
their God.
ideology.
I don't necessarily think it's that. I think it's they believe in that phantom audience is going to come to those channels when they're not going.
They're not.
It's kind of like when it goes to the comic books things. They keep being like, we're going to chase this phantom audience that keeps bitching about what's not being in comics, and we're going to put them there. And the sales aren't there anymore. They're not getting the sales.
In gaming, it's called the wider audience, wider appeal. Like
yeah.
where you literally destroy your game's IP because we're chasing a wider audience.
But
But
you're chasing after
the
an
flaw
audience
in that
that's
is-
said flat out, they don't play video games. They're not going to buy the
Exactly.
game in the first place. So there's no point in even trying to court someone who has no desire to play your game.
it's like
And
like if Dark Souls ever got easy, like literally, got an easy mode, and you could pause mid battle and shit. It's we're trying to make it more accessible. Get a wider appeal. Shit like
Dark
that.
Souls was the easy mode.
Dark, you know what I mean. I'm just saying the
Oh, I got
Soulsborne
you.
series. If it ever got a handicap mode where you got a map marker and shit, you got.
Let's not mince words. Games journalist mode.
You're right, game journalist mode. Like if it honestly got basic bitch mode where instead of doing maximum damage when you get hit by this one attack, it does like 50%. We're trying to court a wider audience who originally doesn't like the game to begin with, who aren't gonna buy it, and then you're gonna piss off the hardcore fans. That's how I felt when Monster Hunter World came out.
Well,
You
there's part of the issue with that is it's not, the idea of modifying your product to appeal to a larger audience itself. There's not a problem with that. The problem
But you're a niche
is
game.
they are. Well, no, the problem is when you look at the comics, you look at the games that are doing it. They are doing it to appeal to the complaints, not of people that were never going to buy it in the first place. They're doing it to appeal to people who weren't going to buy it in the first place and won't buy it after you do the change.
Yeah.
They'll be satisfied that you met the complaint. They're still not going to buy it.
I mean,
They'll find something else to be angry about and complain about that till somebody tries to change it.
There are instances where a company can court a new audience and get success with it. The example that comes to my mind is the Nintendo Wii, which caught on in a massive way with an older audience in a way that other gaming consoles never achieved. And then, of course, they destroyed that with the Wii U.
Experience with Mario Kart with my nephew and my brother and sister-in-law and myself and everything, and they bought a Wii that week.
Well, that's the thing is, if you look at Nintendo, it's a bit different of a story. Like Nintendo, for their main consoles, especially since about the GameCube, has always been trying to court the whole thing of, we want to make this a family thing. That's the reason why they had so many even on the fucking GameCube, they had a lot of family-oriented games. It was meant to bring together old and new.
Yeah. But I still think that them getting the older audience with the Wii was kind of a happy accident more than anything.
Well, that's the one with the money.
I think it's fine to appeal to a wider audience, but what you've got to be careful of is what you're changing can't alienate the existing audience.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what people have been doing. They're basically saying, okay, well, I'm going to sacrifice the main audience on the altar for an audience that is so marginal that it practically doesn't exist.
Again, that's what Bud Light did. It sacrificed its core audience to we're gonna court this new one that but it failed. It epically failed. That's what it is, a niche thing. Like I get that everybody. Go ahead.
Because I'm playing it now, I'll use Street Fighter 6 as the example. They're trying to appeal to a wider audience by including the modern control system, but if you don't like the modern control system, we've also included the classic system that you like. That's still there. We're just giving the newbies an easy mode so they can dick around and have fun, but it won't actually interfere with.
But that's different
about it. But that I don't have a problem with it because it's optional. If you want the proper controls, you have them.
Yeah.
If you're new to the game,
you're not trashing your existing market to expand a new one.
All right, so it's this niche game I play. It's called Dominions. It is this little indie one-person game that it has a strong fan base. It's just a little niche game. If it would ever get certain things, if it would ever go away from its core ideals in order to search a wide audience, the game would instantly be destroyed because it's so fucking niche. It has a strong fan base, but it will never appeal to the masses as is. And if you change it to appeal to the masses as is, you would destroy it because the current group would fucking hate it. And they openly say, the developer has come to ask them, like, what would you guys want to change it? And they go, nothing.
Well,
we love it as is.
A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. If you've already got an audience, don't piss them off in pursuit of some, potential audience that you could maybe get. No, you've got serve that audience first, and then if you can add to it, fine, but don't piss off the ones that you've already got. They're the ones you should be focusing on and prioritizing.
And that's what comics have failed to realize. Like they fucking no one wants to see the Hellfire fucking miniature fucking prom. No one wants that. Like we want our superheroes to be strong and heroic. We don't want to see them
and
dress up.
And what's more, most of the problem is entirely of their own creation, because it's not just about making a good comic. Sometimes it's just about something that is self-evident, like not deliberately provoking your fans.
Yeah. If you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
How about this? Just don't say "fuck you" in your comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Or don't be a big ass self-insert.
Well, that's why it got brought up. It's alienating your original fans. That whole thing. They're the fans that built this whole thing, and to come around and be like, "Well, this isn't for you anymore. It's ours." That's just a giant fuck you.
Have you ever heard the tragic fall of the SCP site?
Haven't heard of the fall, but I know of SCPs.
So originally,
from everything I'm aware of, it's kind of like a newer variation on the Cthulhu series.
Well, let me explain it to you. Like, I'm not necessarily talking about the SCPs themselves, but the site, the site and site management. Originally it started on 4chan, and it was just some 4chaners just doing some fucked up shit and like making horror stories. Basically, what it was. And then over time, it became big on 4chan, and then it got its own website. Well, the wokies started infecting it. you know, and they got to mud status and started banning shit and changing shit. And now the SCP has gone, you know, the site itself has gone so far from what the original creators built it. And like they literally ousted most of the original, you know, 4chaners that it's no longer what it was, you know. The original 4chan guys like, we don't fucking care about pride. We don't care about that shit. We did this to be creative writers in horror and maybe joke around a couple times. Now you guys have fucking morphed it into something horrible. It's no longer what it was.
Isn't it amazing?
Well, I mean, it's still horror.
Isn't
Just
it
a different
amazing
kind.
that leftism can only exclusively exist in a space that is entirely moderated by the most far left people imaginable?
Yeah.
Well, it can only exist in a space that doesn't have any
Yes, I've heard the tragic dark plagueis.
discussion of alternative ideas.
It's almost as though the entire concept was entirely totalitarian in nature.
It is.
Oh, now you just dropping the spoilers, Jack. Seriously.
It is. And they literally infected. They infect everything they touch. Like, it is a disease. You know, once great sites now become shambles in themselves, like dens of degeneracy. You know,
yeah, it's unfortunately, it's a little strange because it sort of adopts a black and white kind of mentality that really shouldn't exist. But it seems to me that the only way that you can make a space where people can actually say what they want is when you deliberately make it so that both sides are you have to deliberately make it a free speech zone.
Yeah, but see, using the SCP example again, it wasn't like the original point of it was, we don't give two shits about your life. If you come to our site, we're trying to create a massive world and a story together. You know, all little horror vignettes. You know,
pretty much it follows the old thing of the original way gatekeeping's supposed to be. If you want to join this thing, that's cool to join, but you can't just go through and change everything to what you think it should be.
Yeah, and that's why I realized gatekeeping is not a bad thing. I gatekeep like a motherfucking dragon. Like, I've seen too many of my hobbies be destroyed by those that, oh, well, we should do this because it should be this way. Like Magic the Gathering. It fucking destroyed it.
Yeah, I've been saying this for a while now. This is kind of my new phrase. Just because you like something, that doesn't make it yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. Evil cannot create anything new. It can only destroy. It can only corrupt and destroy.
I think that was it G Prime or like George Alexopoulos? He did the perfect comic regarding gatekeeping, where like the blue-haired feminist takes over the game and then kicks out the original player because he doesn't like the changes that like she's insisting on making.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to infect Warhammer now. Oh, well, we need female Space Marines. No, we don't need. You have the Adeptus Sororitas. They are far more. Well, not far powerful, but they're far more. All female fucking battle maidens. How the fuck you can hate that? You have your own little female centric thing. Leave this fucking Space Marines alone. No, we need female Space Marines. There's a lore reason why it does not work on females. Lore reasons. Well, we don't know. Well, it would be more acceptable if we had females involved in this one.
Why?
Exactly. It's like when they fucking turned the Amazons in Wonder Woman. Oh, well, you could, if your soul is female. The fuck? No, they were exclusively, you had to be a female genetically. Whole premise. Nope. Well, now your soul, you have to have a female soul or some dumb shit. Like you can be male body with a female soul. Then they're not fucking Amazons. Again, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Shit makes me angry. Let me put up an asshole story to clear my head.
Just the way it is. I mean, not like we said, it's like not everything is supposed to be for everyone, but they keep thinking that they should be allowed to force themselves into something.
It's another comparison. These are the people who always talk about consent, and yet for some reason they are more than willing to take something and twist it and in whatever way they want, and it's not like they ask for consent from anyone to do that.
Yeah, like y'all come in and just I like it this way, but that's not how the rules are played. Well, I like it this way, so we should play it this way. But those aren't the
Why
rules
are you
of the game.
excluding me?
I'm not excluding you. I'm just telling you those aren't the rules. Well, they should be the rules.
That's the comic. Is basically the person comes in, they're like, hey, I want to play. They're like, okay, this is how I play it. Oh, I don't understand this. We should play it this game. We've always played this game. Why are you excluding me?
Yeah, that's the comic I was referring to.
Yep, that's coming. You're
because you're stupid.
Well, then they go through and they
Selfish.
change everything, and the person's like, I don't like it this way. Why can't we play it like we used to? Oh, well, you can just go play somewhere else, play something else. It's like you have no problem excluding other people. You just don't want to be excluded. You're the same type of person who will talk shit about someone, and then as soon as they come back with a good quip against you, you're like, oh, how dare you? Why do you have to do this in front of everyone? Bitch, you had no problem insulting me in front of everyone getting laughs about it.
Yeah. They are the classic condition, but can't take it. Like you can throw the stones, but the moment we start throwing stones back, oh my god, I'm being attacked.
It's kind of a narcissistic.
I'm attacking you. You'll really know it.
It's kind of a narcissistic mentality. Everything for me, nothing for anyone else. Everything must run through me. It must be approved by me. And if anyone else has any power whatsoever, I must take it from me. And if you don't like it, then you're on the outside. And that seems to be the entire way these people run. They're not capable of saying, this thing is outside of myself. It is part of a greater thing, and I can be a single piece in that. They say, no, I must be the center of the universe. I must be the main character of the universe at all times. And I will do anything to ensure that that's the case.
God damn it, Jack, because of that whole thing, all I can think of is the Stain song where it's like, because I'm on the outside and I'm looking in.
Like
I can see through you, see your true colors. Because inside you're ugly like me.
Oh, Lord.
Well, if we're talking about the average person that pulls these complaints and control things outside, they're ugly too.
Yeah. They're the reason why the current look is ubiquitous.
It's real simple. If I'm attacking you, you're gonna know it. If I'm insulting you, you're probably not gonna be smart enough to understand.
It's okay. We know you're stupid. No, not you, Will. I'm just saying in general. Again, this is the type of shit that boils my blood. That I've watched too many of my favorite hobbies, go get infected by this disease and then get destroyed. They did it to fucking Magic. They did it to fucking video games. They're doing it to D&D or did it to D&D. They did it to fucking Vampire the Masquerade. Too many of my favorite things are starting to die, and I'm gatekeeping all of my other favorite things like a fucking dragon.
Well, here's the nice thing. Anime is gatekept by Japan, and all that we can do on the American side is the dubs.
Applaud them.
And so the dubs are like, They're full of fucking retards.
They're not.
I don't. That's why I don't listen to. It's all subs.
Hold on.
Saints Row. Exactly.
No, hold on, because there are people who are getting into the localizing and doing it for the subtitles as well. So it's not just the dubs. Like unless you go strictly into just typically fan subs, and even fan subs are starting to get bad now.
Well, unless you learn Japanese, you're going to be subject to someone else's interpretation.
It is a dark time for the Empire, my friend.
Successful yet?
But it's so, God. Why would you change? Why would you change what they're saying deliberately? We're not looking for your fucking opinion or your way of adapting the original material. We're not looking for your adaptation. We are looking for as literal a translation as possible.
In that one, you throw their own ideology in front of them. Why are you trying to cancel Japanese history? Why are you trying to take away from that? Why are you trying to culturally appropriate it?
Well, they're already culture appropriating Egyptian history.
I mean, we've got two of them that try to say that, like, the localized, that they're trying to tell some story or whatnot, and it's like, bitch, you ain't telling a story. It's not your story.
Yes, you are adapting someone else's work. It is not your story. You are not the main character. You're not the author. Don't touch it.
It's non-adaptation. It is a translation. Words mean other words. Write those words down, not your own, someone else's.
Translate it, then make it a coherent sentence. You don't need to freaking do anything else for it, because people aren't wanting that. They're wanting the translate.
It is about the message. It totally is about the message. You know, I don't mind fan fiction. Like I go to a few fanfic sites every so often. You know,
Dojins exist for a reason, and I'm probably mispronunciating that.
I know what you're talking about, and they're okay. Like I don't mind those. I don't mind that work. However, I want to read the authors what the author intended. Like I want to read or listen to or see when Naruto does something stupid, it's because the original author intended for him to say something stupid, not because you felt, oh, well, it should be there.
Wait, Naruto said something stupid?
Yes.
You ever not?
No.
And I'm just using that as an example, though.
I know.
No,
but then again, Naruto always says something stupid. He says a lot of stupid things.
He does, doesn't he?
You know, then you get to the later series to where it's like he'll whoop somebody's ass and start talking them up in mid-ass whooping. Like one of them will hit him and be like, the fuck you just hit me? Whap, whap, whap. I don't know why you're doing this. I see so much potential. It's like, what the fuck? You try to whoop his ass to give him
How about when, like, in the middle of a fight, he tries to compare his own life story to this totally random stranger that he's known for about 5 minutes?
Well, he did that twice. Canonically, he did that to fucking Gar, and he did that to fucking I forget the other guy. No, he did it to fucking Hockey. But he was a kid when he did it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about the one he originally thought was a chick.
Yeah.
So I thought he kind of had that conversation with Pain as well.
He did have he did have that conversation with Pain too.
Well, I don't know if you're talking about the manga or the anime. But
I've only
remember the anime for a lot of filler stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's because when that one was coming out, they did the same thing so many others do, to where
just create shit whole cloth.
Well, they don't let the manga just keep going. They catch up to it and they decide, oh well, people are liking this, so we're just gonna have to create something while the manga is being made, and then they just throw too much shit in there. Yeah, it's the reason why Dragon Ball Z is so fucking long.
Yeah, I'm watching through Dragon Ball Z with Dante. It's
dude, just watch Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Yeah, it cuts down on most of the useless episodes.
Like, don't get me wrong. To make one episode of anime, it typically takes I think 3 to 4 chapters. Potentially, and there is some stuff that they have to go through and kind of make themselves. I can't remember exactly how much, but
weeps.
Frosted starts tying news. Who's
Frosted.
the news for, Frosted? Who's the news for?
Hey, Frosted, the same thing happens with comic books, buddy.
Frosted, I hate to break this to you, but you tied your own noose when you mentioned Pathfinder.
Oh, ouch. I like
hey.
Pathfinder, though.
He's just making his special Sunday tie.
Hey, come on now, Frosted. Don't be kind to news.
Let's show mercy to poor Frosted and stop talking about anime, even though
Dude,
it's
what?
clearly
Why? He
superior.
doesn't show mercy to anybody.
Clearly superior to all of his personal hobbies, including his gay photography.
Ooh. Them fighting words.
Hey, Frosted and Kyle have gotten into photography.
I'm just kidding. I don't know anything about Frosted's photography. I've seen one of his photos. One.
Don't worry, Frosted. I'm a Chad Pathfinder player and a Virgin anime lover. So what? Now, fight me.
Have you seen the corner? Yeah, exactly.
Oh man!
All
right.
Well, we should bring Frosted in Bloodsport style.
Shit, Frosted. If you want on, I can send you the fucking link. Let's do this shit.
Great,
Send me your ass the
no,
link
just
now.
entered Thunderdome.
Yeah, no, it would just be 20 minutes of Frosted going and it would just be like a spaz attack of him just going for the whole time.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
He's just gonna come out. Elon Musk.
Worlds are just man and poster child for narcissism.
Giant times upon us.
I wonder if I can provoke Frosted this way.
Let's see.
Try to come up with a way to get back for all the strokes.
God damn it!
It would be beautiful. Oh, the pain and suffering this man has put me through. If I could inflict even a tenth of the pain that he
What
has
do you mean
inflicted
put
on
you
me,
through? You voluntarily showed up. That's just
Every
magic.
week, you show up every week. He does it.
That's true.
I think you
do.
only showed up not shown up like once that I'm aware of.
Frosted, it's in. I sent the link if you want on.
I can say I've been on more episodes of The Corner than even Frosted has.
That's true.
It is.
Really?
Yeah. Because there was one week where Jack did like a
shitty
replacement
version of it.
Would
he did like
Would
a
that be the
replacement
same
corner
Terry for you in Quippers?
Yeah, so Frosted, Jack had like some sort of problem and he had to drop out of hosting Quippers. So Frosted hosted it. And then to make it up
Johnny's
to him,
hosted it.
so to make it up to him, Gunski hosted The Corner one week that Frosted couldn't make it. And I was on that. And
it was terrible.
Why was it terrible?
Well, I mean, so is the normal corner. So I mean,
It
was terrible in a different way.
Well, I mean, I told him what went wrong is that he did like Frosted has like it all planned out, and Gunski had like no planning done because he's like done it sort of on a whim, and that's why we kind of stalled out because we didn't have stories, we didn't have games planned.
I didn't really have enough time. Is the problem?
Yeah, what you should have done. This is what you should have done. You should have combined it with Quippers and like, all right. After the first article comes the first Quippers game. All right. Yeah. See? There you go.
Now you want the stream to be 4 hours long? 5? We're just going to make a day of it, right?
Yeah.
It was that's all it was. Is Gunski did it sort of last minute, so there was no time to source articles or pictures for the games, come up with genders, all the stuff that Frosted does. Gunski didn't have time to do it. So
yeah, the things that Frosted makes look so easy.
I'm pretty sure. All right, so at least when I got you two guys, I emailed you Wednesday because I to make sure you guys could come on, and then had to make up the new fucking intro. So it took me at least 4 days to do it because I'm lazy. So I imagine it takes Frost at least 8.
Yeah.
And Gunski, only did it spur of the moment. That's why it sucked.
There is one, say, for all that we give Scribe grief about it, there is something to be said for format.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I have to admit that his is well formatted, and he always has a plan. Holy shit! It's 2 minute in a 1 man leave.
Well, I mean that's one of the things I like about
Wait,
You got some nerve, you son of a bitch.
For starters, you don't know my mother, so you apologize to her. You want to call me a bastard? That's fine. I'm that by definition.
Now, I was talking to Jack. I know his mom.
Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody but Terry is a bastard.
Were you conceived before your parents were married? Technically, you're a bastard.
Well, Terry's an AI. He's not even fucking real.
We don't know if Tyr is a bastard because
Tyr's a bastard.
We've never met his father.
Don't worry, I've never met him either, so I'm pretty sure I'm a bastard.
Well, anytime you're in a dark room, he could be there. You don't know.
Hey, let's just hoping someday he's going to come back with that gallon of milk.
No, my father went out for smokes. God damn it.
So Tyr,
he's going to come back with that carton of cigarettes.
Exactly.
Tyr, on a scale of Nigerian to Egyptian, how black are you exactly?
I'm more.
He didn't vote for Biden. He's not.
You're right. I'm not black anymore. I'm actually a heavily melanated
Okay, well,
white man.
how not black are you on a scale of Egyptian to Nigerian?
I'm fairly closer to Egyptian.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I've seen Rod. You've seen a picture of me, right? You say I'm closer to Egyptian than Nigerian.
Then leave Brendan Fraser alone.
It's in your Discord. It should be in your Discord.
Plausibly, like I said, I don't remember.
Oh, I'm fairly caramel. So
all I remember about what Terry looks like is that he looks something like the Greek version of Sargon.
Yeah, he's the son of Sargon and V.
Ew.
I've shown my face before.
I've never seen your face.
No, but I've shown it on Minions before, and I've shown it before Quippers, I think, or after one of them.
Yeah, but you haven't showed it on like a show.
Yeah, I have. Because Kefty wanted to see my face, so one Minions show, I had to move around and try and get my head into the webcam because it was the wrong height. But no, I kind of awkwardly showed my face on one episode of Minions.
Well, why the hell would you do that?
Kefty,
if you wanted to see it, it's like, sure, here's my face.
He doesn't
I don't
care.
know why
He doesn't
anyone
have
wants
the
to
same
see my
concerns.
face. I don't like looking at it, but I don't know.
Oh,
People
come
are
on!
curious.
You're a very handsome young man.
I don't plan on doing a face reveal, but I could. You know why? Because I got a new camera.
Oh shit! I think he's calling you out.
I think you can connect it to the computer as a webcam.
Gunski, he's calling you out.
I told Jack I got a new camera because I take pictures. And he's like, "Well, you never post them. You got to post your photos."
But yeah, you never post your fucking photo. You're like, "Oh, I'm a photographer," and what kind of photographer never shows people his posters? I compared it to something like one of those free spirit high school girls does.
I didn't say I was a photographer. I said I like taking pictures as a hobby.
You see a fucking plastic bag floating up and you remark at how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
Hey,
that was a beautiful plastic bag. Now,
it was.
Playoff.
It was blowing majestically in the wind, going down the boulevard.
I'm just thinking of the Family Guy joke. It's just a piece of trash floating in the wind. Do you have any idea how complex your circulatory system is?
Man.
Can
Like,
someone
Frost-
tell me
Somebody
Frosty
who's
is
taking
not-
my share of pictures and everything. I like a good winterscape
A winterscape.
out in the country.
Hey, Angela! Hi! Help! We need we need our cat herder back. This show is going off the fucking rails.
Wait, there are rails?
Well, it was rails.
There's a show?
No.
We're on TV?
Help!
I'm on TV.
Heather. Nah.
Imagine if this was like a pub, one of those, what are those a local access station or something, and this was actually on TV, and there were like 3 weirdos watching.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay? Who said I'm gay? You are gay.
I'm listening.
Welcome to Public Access Radio. It's your host, Terry Alexander, and with me is some people that snuck into my studio.
Who's playing
Hey,
Far
you
Cry
weren't-
6?
You weren't supposed to disclose that part. Any more slips like that, and well, you know what's going to happen.
Sorry, Angela, I can't add you. I already got 6 people.
By the way, that's Rotncorpse playing the game because apparently he can't give us his full attention.
I know.
I know I'm such a bastard.
You are.
Come on, Jack, I don't do undivided attention either. I pretty much can't. I got a game on the other monitor.
What game are you playing?
Timberborn.
What?
Timberborn.
Oh, Timberborn?
I'm pretty sure that at a certain point, my entire online presence is going to be completely dedicated to passive aggression.
Not already.
Hey, what,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What's taking you so long, dude?
Come on.
Just me going, what are you gonna say something or what?
Well,
At least
if you were talking, I'd listen, but you're not. So,
At least I remain interactive. I don't ignore the show for what I'm doing on the side. I just
he's currently making sure his beavers aren't destroying themselves.
I can't do undivided attention.
Are you watching scissoring porn?
No, that would be divided attention.
No, he's playing Timberborn. He has beavers
Nice.
and not
beef.
pussies.
You just have to distract other portions of my brain, or you really wouldn't want to see what happens.
No. All right, let me roll to my favorite part of the show.
All right, which Pokemon?
Fuck you! No Pokemon.
Yeah, we've had enough
Charizard.
weeb shit.
All right, we're gonna talk about assholes.
Did you ever
no
hear
difference to the last hour?
Depending on the asshole, that could be good or bad.
Did you ever hear about the story of the talking asshole?
Pink Flamingos.
No, there's an excerpt out of a book from a book called Naked Lunch, and the book is a big acid trip. I've never read it, but I've heard enough about it to know that. But there's basically this in-depth story about how a guy teaches his asshole to talk, and Frank Zappa does a reading of it, and it's fucking hilarious.
So would an asshole talk about how I'm full of shit?
Well, no, the joke is that he basically turns it into a sort of like a freak show kind of act, and then eventually the ass starts getting a mind of its own, and then takes over his body, and then kills the main guy off.
The fuck?
It's fucked up.
You don't say.
Talk about tugging out your ass. All right. I
So
got a
it's
few
basically
assholes.
like if John Waters did an episode of The Twilight Zone.
Imagine, if you will.
A talking ass. And no, I'm not talking about my wife.
The thing that talks shit behind your back is literally talking shit behind your back.
My wife's ass doesn't talk because
So
his
you've met
mouth
my
is always
ex.
full.
Hold on, I want to see if I can get if I can get a reading of this. Would you like me to read to you the talking asshole story?
Well, shit, that would cover the asshole story for the day. I'd listen. Yes.
Does it have roaches in its crib?
Wait. Will Frosty, you see how a real guest comes? He comes with material. Take note.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't told there would be homework.
Well, for next time.
I could bring something up to read at any time.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with that one, Frosted.
Really not.
Yeah, I don't need chemo, thank you.
It's going to be a Medium article, isn't it?
You think every article I find ends up on the show?
No,
Okay.
a lot of them get sent to Monkey. That to be sent to Monkey.
So this is The Man Who Taught His Asshole to Talk from Naked Lunch by William S. Burroughs.
Okay.
Did I ever tell you about the man who taught his asshole to talk? His whole abdomen would move up and down, you dig, farting out the words. It was unlike anything I ever heard. This ass talk had a sort of gut frequency. It hits you right down there like you gotta go. You know when the old colon gives you the elbow and it feels sort of cold inside, and you know all you have to do is turn loose? Well, this talking hit you right down there. A bubbly, thick, stagnant sound. A sound you could smell.
Inside.
This man worked for a carnival, you dig, and to start with it was like a novelty ventriloquist act. Real funny too at first. He had a number he called the Better Ole that was a scream, I tell you. I forget most of it, but it was clever. Like, oh, I say, are you still down there, old thing? Nah, I had to go relieve myself. After a while, the ass started talking on its own. He would go in without anything prepared, and his ass would ad-lib and toss the gags back at him every time. Then it developed sort of teeth-like little raspy in-curving hooks and started eating. He thought this was cute at first and built an act around it, but the asshole would eat its way through his pants and start talking on the street, shouting out it wanted equal rights. It would get drunk too and have crying jags. Nobody loved it, and it wanted to be kissed same as any other mouth. Finally, it talked all the time, night and day. You could hear him for blocks screaming at it to shut up and beating it with his fist and sticking candles up it, but nothing did any good, and his asshole said to him, "It's you who will shut up in the end, not me, because we don't need you around here anymore. I can talk and eat and shit." After that, he began waking up in the morning with a transparent jelly like a tadpole's tail all over his mouth. This jelly was what the scientists called UNDT, undifferentiated tissue, which can grow into any kind of flesh on the human body. He would tear it off of his mouth, and the pieces would stick to his hands like burning gasoline jelly and grow there. Grow anywhere on him, a glob of it fell. So finally his mouth sealed over, and the whole head would have amputated spontaneous. Did you know there's a condition occurs in parts of Africa and only among Negroes where the little toe amputates spontaneously? Except for the eyes, you dig. That's the one thing the asshole couldn't do was see. It needed the eyes, but nerve connections were blocked and infiltrated and atrophied, so the brain couldn't give any orders anymore. It was trapped in the skull, sealed off. For a while, you could see the silent, helpless suffering of the brain behind the eyes. And then finally, the brain must have died because the eyes went out, and there was no more feeling in them than a crab's eyes on the end of a stalk.
That's
So
one
good luck
hell of an
sleeping.
asshole. That's one hell of an asshole.
All right,
so the
I
author
got a
did meet
story.
Max.
I got a story. Mine's much shorter.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So some people like cupcakes exclusively.
Oh, fuck you!
I,
You fucking.
there is not, nor ought there be nothing so exalted on the face of God's gray earth as that prince of foods, the muffin. Girl, you thought he was a man. but he
Yeah,
was a
fuck
muffin.
you.
He hung around.
No, we
till
get
you
it, we
found
get
that
it,
he
it's
didn't
Frank
know
Zappa.
nothing.
This is because I mentioned Frank Zappa. Yeah.
Well, here's one for you. Okay.
You're real fucking clever.
So this rifle that I have shown is probably the worst rifle in the world you could ever use for home defense. This is the .950 JDJ Batmac. It is a 100-pound, 5-foot-long rifle that shoots a 1-pound solid brass bullet at 2,200 feet per second. It is a non-NFA item only because the ATF gave it a sporting exemption as a joke, as if anybody was going to hunt with this. This round would be overkill for hunting blue whales.
Damn.
I would like to paint a picture for you. It's 2 a.m. and you hear a window break in your living room. This is the worst day this could happen. Every single one of your guns was lost in a tragic boating accident this morning. All were lost except this one. You look across your room in dread at your anti-kaiju rifle. And you know what you have to do. But you don't know if you have the strength to do it, both literally and figuratively. I can't fucking read this without laughing. Heaving the rifle into your arms, you load a 950 cartridge and begin to waddle towards the door. Your feet make a loud thud as each step you take, or each 6-inch step you take. You know the intruders hear you. You hope they do. Perhaps they will run and spare the world the suffering that is about to befall. You try to set the rifle down, but end up clipping the bedroom door as it immediately knocked it off its hinges by this battering ram in your arms or in your hands. You attempt to round the corner, bonking the muzzle against the door frame in the adjacent wall across the hall at least 4 times. To your horror, 2 invaders stand there at the end of the hall. With a heavy heart, you raise the rifle to your shoulder while making inhuman grunting noises from the strain of attempting to semblance from a shooting position. The burglars simply stare in disbelief, unable to process the situation that they are witnessing, as if in a dream. You cannot aim the rifle, as of last time you fired the gun, it turned your 3000 Leopold scope into a kaleidoscope. You simply hold it at an angle that appears to be correct and fire. You are immediately knocked to the floor as it is hit by a semi-truck doing 20 miles an hour. The shot connects with one of the criminals, and it erased him from existence. Even the memories of him have been destroyed, and you wonder why you just shot an empty hallway. The shot continues to travel for at least 4 houses, a car, or through at least 4 houses, a car, and a 10-ton boulder before lodging itself 20 feet into a nearby hill, never to be seen again. It is at this point you realize you cannot hear. The surviving burglar cannot hear, but he is also on fire from the muzzle blast and currently vacating from your home. You don't care. Your shoulder is dislocated, and there is a hole in your brand new AR-500 refrigerator. You're crying now. The police arrive, and upon seeing the scene, start laughing. You start crying harder.
Why? Is that the gun that destroyed Alderaan?
Yeah.
Pretty damn close.
Was that a green text?
When you fire this, you have to say, "You may fire when ready."
When you fire that, you have to go.
Just as the founders declared.
Well, I want to know, Terry, do you have something you can read for us?
No!
And I will scroll back up to the top. The nominal bulk. Good attack.
No! No!
I haven't heard this before. Continue.
No! God damn it, we're not reading Pokemon articles.
Terry, do you have like that whole thing memorized by now?
No. I've got the strategy website open all the time. So whatever Pokemon he wants me to talk about, which is none of them. But last time he mentioned Butterfree, so I latched onto that. This time, Rotten mentioned Snorlax, so that's the one I'm reading.
Do you guys have any idea how hard it is to grocery shop when you have autism?
Yes.
I do, actually.
Well,
Are you going to read another green text, Frosted?
No, but I have the Medium article.
Go ahead, read the Medium article.
No. That's the wrong show. You had your chance on Friday, Buster.
You know what? Frosted is a guest. Look, I gave you the same courtesy as a guest. I'm going to give Frosted the same courtesy as a guest. Frosty, you
never gave me that courtesy, even when I was a guest.
Well, you're tired about it. We don't get. You're not human.
He wasted his thing on the Muffin Man joke.
Terry, you have no feelings. You're not human. You're AI.
This may be true, but I still want to read the article.
If you can get a short one at the end, I'll let you read it.
You can read Pregnant Goku if you want.
Wasn't that one kind of long, though? I mean, it's probably like, what, a 7-10 minute read?
God, no.
Pregnant Goku. Pregnant Goku.
Shush it!
Pregnant Goku.
Shush it!
Here, you could try this one. I put it in the chat.
This seems like it should be a WikiHow.
Didn't you read this one already, Frosted?
Yeah.
I can't, Frosted. I can't with you.
If you're here, then you may have read about my neighbor's racist dog. I love the opening to this article already.
Wait a minute. Let me put it on screen. That way people can see that this actually exists. And that he is not making this up. It is up now. Terrybot, you may commence.
Okay, so Snorlax.
Oh, God damn it!
Gotcha, bitch.
You expected something different from a bot?
You're right. I did. I was expecting him to behave, and he.
I did not.
You didn't.
I mean, do you want me to read the Medium article? Or...
Sure, it's a quick read.
Is it? Okay. So, if you're here, then you may have read about my neighbor's racist dog, which is a link that we should also read. Well, I hate breaking it to you, but we have another. I spotted little Donald in the building lobby as their owner was buzzing in. Before I could finish saying good night, the barking commenced, the leash was taut, and the aforementioned owner, who didn't return my greeting, motioned for the beast to move to the elevator and ascend into their fortress of cultural solitude. I was distraught. How could this be? Another one? Insert audible and excessive gasp, which I know you're not meant to read the stage directions, but whatever. Before alerting the CDC that we've entered into a quadruplemic of rising rates of COVID-19, flu, RSV, and racism, I decided to come here and address the problem head on. My first neighbor with the original racist dog thought that making black friends would cure his canine companion of their disdain for melanin. But how does one make and keep black friends? As a representative for all things black, and for many, the only one, it's up to me to share what I know.
Wait a minute. Pause. I don't remember electing him Speaker of the Blacks.
He wrote an article. He must be
black, so it doesn't matter.
Well, again, you're right. This is 2020. I must have not have gotten the ballot for it. You're right. You know, God damn it. All right.
I mean, obviously, he had to take it upon himself because you guys just weren't doing it.
You're right. My bad. Go ahead, Trybot. I'm sorry.
Thus, here is your pocket guide to making and keeping your first black friend.
Oh, we get to keep them again?
Thank God.
Well, remember, Frosty, you got that special one that allows you to have slaves.
Yeah.
I got a black friend. See, here's the sales receipt.
Don't assume anything. This one is fairly simple. You're not an expert on blackness, even if you've read some Butler, Morrison, or Coates, even if you've just binged every season of Blackish and thought that they could have gone for another 8 seasons. The truth is that you can't possibly be an expert in someone's racial experience, and you have no idea how their race, how they are perceived because of this identity, or their affinity to said identity impacts them. You're allowed to ask questions, but don't do it in a creepy way. Share your interests to see if we align, but don't assume that I'm a Kanye fan. That's a sore subject.
So it's okay for you to assume that, you know, you're the only black friend that some of these white people have, but if they can't assume, but okay, I see how this works.
Don't assume anything. So, for example, don't make rules that would apply for all black people.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't ask questions. Sorry.
All right. Number 2. Don't ever in your life, under any circumstances, even if pressured to, because it's definitely a test, say the N-word.
What
Now,
the fuck is this nigga talking about?
No. Some people may not know which word is the N-word. So for clarity, it is nigger. I just want people to know the word that we're talking about. It's
No,
important
because of
context.
Terry's accent, he can't say the hard R, so it's a nigger.
Nigger. Terry.
We're gonna have to stop the program here as Terry has just said fuck. Oh, I'm sorry, Terry didn't say fuck after all.
So do you know why it's called the N-word? Because we wanted motherfuckers like you to stop saying it. Well, it didn't work. Plus, all black people aren't aligned on all things pertaining to the diaspora.
The fuck?
Some people use it as a noun. A book is a nigga. You're a nigga. I'm a nigga. And a group of damn near everything is a bunch of niggas.
It's funny because it sounds like you doing a fake Australian accent.
Well, I'm trying to pronounce the A correctly.
You are. I applaud you.
Well done.
The word holds no weight and can make everyday conversation confusing, especially when they say things like, look at that nigga right there. However, others find it jarring, dismissive, and highly offensive. Some will tell you about the difference between nigga and nigger, and some will insist that there isn't one. None of this matters to you because you shouldn't be saying it either way. Don't tell me that it's cool if you're reading it, see Joe Rogan, or singing it in a song, and don't tell me that it's only offensive if you add the hard R. See, I thought hard R meant retard.
No. That's the soft R. That's the hard R is rape.
Hard R is a retard with a boner.
There you go. That makes sense.
My mistake.
Because that's some shit that white progressives came up with to feel good about sprinkling niggas into their conversations, like I sprinkle pepper on my food. Also, I use a lot of pepper.
Why the fuck did you add that last bit?
Because white people don't season their food.
I guess so.
Man, the price of niggas is too damn high.
Number 3. Don't ask me if I know the latest dance, TikTok trend, colloquialism, and mannerism that you deem to be black and get upset when I don't. I will consider it a triumph that you don't watch TikTok. That is a
I don't. If you watch TikTok, either you're a Chinese spy or you're just a fucking retard.
You're a hard R.
TikTok does actually have some decent stuff on it if you're not paying attention to that. Like,
Yeah,
I've got a couple of friends that actually go through it.
Forget this rule altogether. New rule: don't watch TikTok.
Yeah,
That's
agreed.
a better idea.
Agreed.
I mean, all social media is harvesting your data, anyways.
Yeah.
I once had a guy ask me if I knew how to dap him up. For full context, I'm black, if this guy didn't give it away, and from Brooklyn, before girls made you want to move there. I have never...
Wait. Pause. He's black? I did
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I mean, how can you be given rules and you're allegedly black? Like,
And what the hell does gap him up mean?
I don't
I
fucking
Say
know.
I've never had the urge to move to Brooklyn. Does that make me less black now?
Yes.
I've never had the urge to move to Brooklyn. Doesn't fucking make me less black.
That's because you're black and part of you is already there.
Yeah, no. I fucking can't stand New York. It is too crowded.
I don't think
Boston's
I would
better.
enjoy New York either.
Yeah, New York's a shithole.
If it weren't for Bostonians, Boston would be nice.
If it wasn't for Massachusetts, Massachusetts would be nice.
If it wasn't for people, the world would be.
Your
It would
state
be.
exists. Your state exists just for us to buy fireworks legally.
Your state exists just for us to buy lottery tickets legally.
Damn.
Girls, your states both suck.
Continue, Terry Bot.
Of course I know how to do that shit, but it's beside the point. One black person is not a representative of all aspects of black culture.
Pause. Could you read that line just one more again for me?
One black person is not a representative of all aspects of black culture.
Ah, okay. Just making sure.
So
Now,
if a black
don't-
person comes to you with rules for being friends with a black person, you should ignore them.
I think that's very true.
I can't believe the author of this piece had the gall to say to even have it as number 3, and then
I think he should have shown the self-awareness to put in parentheses, except me.
at least. But go ahead.
Yes, that's plural. Black people come from all over the world with different cultures, ethnicities, languages, customs, and norms. I am not Simba. Everything that the light touches is not mine, and that's okay. I have a friend from Iowa, and she once told me about a cow made out of butter that they display at the state fair. Relevance, Your Honor?
That's the fuck I want to know.
Was this written by Biden?
Maybe.
Corn Pot was a bad dude.
No, was this written by fucking Ted Cruz? Because they don't have a picture of him in front of the cow made of butter. That does exist.
Oh wow.
Well, no, this one written by some asshole called Jason Christopher Jones.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's a stage name.
Yeah. Did you know about that? I'm not saying that it's one of the widest things that I've ever heard, but I am saying that if you didn't know about it, never mind. If you were wondering, I did indeed dap him up, but he added the snap at the end. It was a little too much.
Did they fuck?
I
I think they did.
By that, he means put it in. Yes.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never heard of this.
Gay dicks going inside gay buttholes.
There it is. It makes sense now.
Yes, please keep your dap to yourself.
You don't want me to give you a dap?
So, number 4. Nah, for real, don't use the N-word, which, again, for clarity, is nigger. I don't want to belabor the point.
You already did.
You have. You repeated it twice.
But it's important. I knew of a guy that used it more than Mark Twain in Huckleberry Finn. Unfortunately, he wasn't making a point. He thought he got a pass from some black guys that he rapped with. Oh God, a white rapper.
Oh Lord.
No. He'd say it and then explain that it's cool because his friends gave him a pass. This next part is important because it might save your life. There is no such thing as nigga pass because there's a nigger pass, but not a nigga pass.
And Terry Bot, you have one.
And anyone that tells you otherwise doesn't love you. Use the word in the wrong group and fisticuffs may be afoot. I can't save everyone, but if you've read this, you've been warned.
Nigga, please.
See, everybody says nigga please, but no one says nigga thank you.
True.
Well, see, the problem is when you say nigga thank you, you gotta sound aggressive. Nigga thank you. See?
Nigga thank you. Come again. That's what they say at Popeyes.
Only if they haven't had a fight that day.
One of the funniest clips online to this day, I think, is when that Popeyes closed down And they show all these black people freaking out about it. And then they cut to like the whitest guy ever. He's like, yeah, no, it wasn't a big deal. We just went out for pizza that night.
I saw a video on Twitter where some guy's like walking into KFC saying, how long until I see a black person? And then Justice is about to open the door, a black person leaves, and he's like, oh. And then it's like a 2-second video.
All right, Tarva, continue.
Okay. So I once had a student that said, I don't see color, because they left the U out of color for some reason. And her classmate replied, how do you get dressed in the morning? It was the single greatest one-liner I've ever heard and has stuck with me since. You need to hear more one-liners.
That's a dad joke at best.
Yeah.
The answer's real easy. I grab the next thing off the rack.
Don't act like you don't see color. You do. When you say that you don't see color, you often make black people feel like you don't see a key part of who they are and how they navigate the world. See us, because we damn sure see you.
Wait a minute. I don't understand. Again, maybe because I'm not black anymore. I've lost my black card.
I just want to know how the fuck this dude wants to say we're not a monolith, but we're a monolith.
Yeah,
that's what I want to know. I mean, he's the black Rax. He speaks for the blacks.
Is he the Black Whisperer?
I don't see color. I don't see color.
Wait, I'm sorry. I got it wrong. He's the nigga whisperer.
The nigga whisperer. There you go. That's what he is.
So rule 6. There is no rule 6. Rule 7. No poofters. The real rule 6 is lastly, be yourself. So ignore everything he's just said and just be yourself.
Yeah, myself likes to say nigger.
And as a black man, I've given him a nigger pass.
Yeah. So no books, documentaries, or trips to Essence Fest will teach you all that you need to know about black people. We're unique, complex, and layered, but most of all, we're human. We're people just like you, and when approached, we speak, laugh, and embrace others just like you do. Remember that, and don't try too hard. It's unbecoming. Good luck on your racial friendship journey, and stay tuned for part 2. You're going to need it.
The fuck was the? Jesus Christ! What the hell is this author smoking?
So if you guys want to be friends with Tier, you got to do all this stuff.
Yes.
And to answer what's he smoking? Probably crack. He is black.
POC,
you're right.
Please.
Wait, pause. Wait, hold on. James, lawn darts are spears, man. Come on now. How you think we're going to call spear chuckers nowadays?
No, because lawn darts are dull.
Oh, shut.
I mean, they are pretty boring, but I don't think that's...
Unless you sharpen them yourself.
Hey, excuse me, James. We use Kool-Aid, never Flavor Aid.
Well, it depends. Are you trying to run a cult or not?
No.
Are you also broke?
No. I can afford Kool-Aid now.
I don't know why you're getting so defensive. I ain't talking about you. Jesus Christ.
I want to see if there is a part 2 up on this guy's page.
But he's not broke, so we're not messing with a broke nigga.
No,
right.
Not. Unfortunately, the sequel did not come out that I can see.
Oh.
Gay.
He got shot by black people.
Well, I mean, no, you don't understand racism. Maybe because he starts off by saying, "I am not a dog."
But here are rules for being friends with dogs.
But not all black people are the same, so maybe some black people are dogs.
Maybe they are. I don't know.
And to be fair, I have seen black dogs before.
I've seen black dogs before too.
Yeah.
Again, here's the nigger Rex. He speaks for the blacks.
Oh, and the most recent article is "You almost killed my wife." I don't remember
trying
doing
hard
it.
enough.
Really? That was me?
I'm gonna read this one. This one just sound. It's pretty long.
I mean, I know I'm not the best with accuracy, but if I was trying to kill your wife, I'd actually accomplish it.
Yeah.
I didn't kill your wife. Then I jump out of a dam.
Oh man. It was. I'm gonna have to save this one. This one. I'm gonna have to put this one up for next read. Next week, sorry. This sounds like a whole bunch. This guy is a fucking ass.
Nappy Head Club.
What? Where did you see Nappy Head Club?
In the link that Frosty put in the side chat.
Oh Lord.
I think that might be the name of the article. It's like Nappy Head Club. Rest is resistance combating insomnia's racist origins.
All right, it's pretty short. I'll take this one. Present. Share screen. Rest is resistance. Thank you, Frosted. Yeah. Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be an ally.
You're right. Rest is resistant, combating insomnia, racist origins. I didn't know that insomnia was racist.
Speaking of which, I'm probably gonna need to be a racist after this article.
Yeah.
I know.
We've hit the 2-hour mark, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
I know. Just it's a short one. Hopefully, we don't get too many sides.
Article.
All right. I was raised by two baby boomers who were raised by sharecroppers, who were raised by newly freed people who were in Freedom Bureau. I grew up with roosters crowing outside at 5 a.m., chickens, cows, a horse named Scout. Shouldn't Scout be capitalized? It's a proper. Fuck this shit.
I think Biden wrote this one too.
Plenty of dogs, cats, who the fuck edited this shit?
No one. It's a Medium article.
We don't need editors.
Plenty of dogs and cats, turkeys and hogsies. God, Jesus Christ, Lord help me, preserve me, because this shit is formatted horribly. I'm real country. Well, real gala. The fuck is that word? Gala Gichi? Let's not forget the gardens with various vegetables growing. I recently started to examine why we get up so early. My grandma always said the early bird catches the worm. My mother worked 6 days a week with 9 children to care for. What does that have to do with? Cue the gospel music on Saturday mornings. I think about how quiet Saturdays are for me now. I'm 34, single, with 2 small dogs, and I'm living the life. There's no loud gospel music playing too early. There's no rush to clean or get ready for church on Sunday, while I get my forehead burnt by the hot comb, which, I can still smell to this day. This morning, I take my time to savor my coffee and look at my dogs lovingly while they watch the birds fly, land, and build nests outside. Yeah, it's a real beautiful scene. Dare I say, the soft life. So why do I feel guilty? Why do I feel like I need to work? Am I preaching or am I preaching? No, bitch, you're not. You're moaning and bitching and complaining. That's
because you're a natural busybody who just likes to be active, but instead you think you're being too lazy.
I'm starting
Welcome
to like
the human condition.
I'm starting to like outsourcing the corner.
And shit, you got it for a screaming deal of what is it? Free? You just had to guest on?
God damn it!
You expect me not to be an ass?
Well, again, as Terry would say, your name is rotten. It's in your name. I just moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, for work. Fuck the Steelers, and I have had the worst sleep. Every night, I'm assaulted by the sounds of cars, loud music, traffic, and construction. So you live in a fucking city. Boo fucking who. And not only that, I've been thinking deeply about who I would call if I were in trouble. because walking in this world as a black woman, we don't have the luxury of calling the police if we are in trouble.
Okay, wait. She's in what state again? She moved to Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Okay. Buy a gun, get a concealed carry license.
Wait a minute.
Learn to fucking use it.
Who the fuck is Lantana Jefferson?
Wasn't that Wheezy's real name on the Jeffersons?
How about this? Just don't live in a city. You want to avoid all the crime? Don't live in a city. There's like hardly any noise out in the country. I mean, the worst you get is like during the spring, you hear the frogs at night.
You hear the crickets.
Not a blue city, at least.
Depending on where you're at, you might hear the Wendigos, but usually you can send ATF agents to them if you do it right.
Well, I mean, Jack, that brings up the question though: the frogs you're hearing at night, are those
gay frogs
been turned gay?
No, but they're probably horny as fuck. They're probably fucking or something.
Probably.
If Wendy's starts to deliver, they should call it Wendigo.
All right, let me be ready. This is what experts call noise pollution and social stressors. I'm an expert. I'm the expert. My name is Ebony Flowers, and I'm an environmental justice advocate. The fuck are you talking about, woman?
There's noise and it's racist.
Clearly. Overall, I know it's all when it comes to black folks and the environment. Growing evidence shows that the lack of sleep and sleep disorders such as obstructive sleep apnea remains more prevalent in Black, Asian, and Hispanic or Latino communities. Should that be Latinx for you, bitch? These inequities can have long-term detrimental implications for physical health, even raising the risk of certain chronic diseases. But don't just listen to me. National data indicates that Black and non-white adults have poorer sleep due to a mix of social stressors, overall pollution, and the legacy of red. Frosted, I fucking hate you. We're no longer friends.
I warned you.
You did. You did. I'm sorry.
You sent me the invite.
I did, and I'm probably going to send it one more time sometime soon. 2022 study from Yale found Black Americans had the highest rate of short sleep compared to their white and non-white counterparts. Not only are they facing racism, but we are also tired because of Jesus Christ, racism.
They should probably stop smoking crack. That might help them sleep a bit better.
Or they should, maybe go to bed at a fucking decent hour. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but fuck, kiss my ass.
Or just go and move in with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air.
Yeah. Lack of sleep leads to anxiety. Then that leads to high blood pressure. And high blood pressure leads to heart disease. And heart disease leads to death. Damn, we can't catch a break.
Death leads to suffering.
Suffering leads to hate.
Racism leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. You're probably thinking, sis, what can we do? No, I'm thinking, bitch, you're crazy.
I recommend sleeping on it. You'll have a better idea in the morning.
I like that racism can be solved by getting a pair of earmuffs.
Yeah.
Shit, man, foamy earplugs are cheap.
Which you can solve racism. You know what you can do? Get noise canceling earplugs, earmuffs. There you go. Or white noise machine. Perfect. Talk to your doctor about your struggles with sleep, and be intentional about your rest.
There was a great man who wrote about his struggle.
Oh Lord, who?
Hitler. Mein Kampf is German for my struggle.
Buy those nice candles, those silk sheets, and take an extra long bath. Most importantly, give yourself permission to allow yourself to rest. It's a fight we have that we know we all have. What the fuck am I speaking? It is a fight that we know all too well, but it must be done. It must be done not just for yourself, but for other Black women too. Because when I see you rest, I know it's okay for me to rest too. Jesus.
Wait, you need to see someone else sleeping before you can sleep yourself? How does that work?
Well, see, remember she's single, so she need a man in the house to need to see him, all tuck it out and tied, and then that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay.
Well, if it's dark out and you're in your bedroom, it's probably okay to rest.
I don't know, man. I took a nap earlier, so pretty light out. Yeah. This fucking frosted. I like that.
You asked for it.
Look, I know it's Pride Month, but no fucking frosted on stream.
Yeah, no.
I will leave.
Well,
on your own personal time.
Well, you gotta remember that's Jack and Frosted are together. They can't tell me they're not together. Okay.
No, Jack's with Bukona and Braniel. They've got like a three-way.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Far be it from me. If you ever want to add a fourth.
Frosted just wishes he was involved. Kyle? That's why he dreams about Jack all the time.
Did this happen?
There was once.
Dream about you. Sorry.
Oh my. All right, Rodney, you know what to do. I don't want Gunski falling asleep on my string.
Mm-hmm. That's your job.
All right, Rodney, you know what to do, and then we just hear a gunshot.
Makes more noise than a noose.
It does.
Sometimes you gotta go for that Kurt Cobain crew cut.
About a news article: FBI arrests a Michigan man for allegedly planning mass attack in synagogue. And I'm like, is the FBI framing more people?
Probably.
Probably.
No, the FBI was probably the one doing it.
I mean, they remember the last white supremacist attack.
They were for the governor.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one can tell me that the last, the last, big thing up in arms where the guy was Indian, if I'm not mistaken, and he drove a truck to the White House. Yeah, that was staged.
I think that it's if one thing has been so utterly irrefutable about the absurdity of the left's position, it's the pure number of non-white supremacists that seem to exist in the world. It's like half the world, including non-white people, is white supremacists now.
It's internalized racism, Jack.
To bring up my favorite one, the whole country of Egypt are all white supremacists.
Yeah.
All of them.
Bro, remember how Hitler's cabinet was made up of all Steins and Bergs and Shapiros?
What we need to do is we need to get like one of those Amazon tribes that have never been exposed to people ever, like outside their own tribe. And then basically we go in and we ask them what is a woman, and they say woman has vagina, and then they're like, whites. They must have absorbed the white supremacy from the air around them.
Oh God, I have been called unironically a black white supremacist by a coworker.
Of course you have.
Yeah,
it doesn't surprise me.
Well, you are in TSA, and they do hire some retards.
They do.
Well, just call them a nigger.
Yeah.
No, I'm not strictly saying that just because they hired Tia that they hired retards.
Shut up! Shut it! I told you about my mental deficiencies in private. God damn it! Can't be telling that shit on stream.
Look, your autism is fine. We're talking about people that are actually retarded here.
Oh. Yeah. There were a few people that were a little touched at my job. But that's neither here nor there. Let me start Michelleing. Rodden, what movie we doing tonight?
Zandali, yes, Zandali, and it's gonna be a weird one.
Lord. All right, so Rodden has his movie review on his channel, which we watch a movie. We're currently doing Nicolas Cage's work. We'll be watching Zandali, as he said. Review will start about around this midnight-ish on his channel. Are you going to do a Talking Into the Void?
Who fucking knows anymore, man?
Gunski, no one gives a damn about what you do.
Yeah. Quippers United on my channel at 7 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. gay time.
Who is
He's not talking about time zones. He's just saying at 4 o'clock it's gay time.
No, it's for tonight's guests. Provided nothing happens, and something always happens, we'll be having your boy Pat, Maddie, TMaxi, and Sir Adamantine.
Oh, sweet. Nice lineup.
Is Adamantine because it's Pride Month and you've got to have at least one faggot in there?
I've never talked to him in person before, so
that is cool.
Yeah,
I've never talked to Adamantine. Well, he's gay.
Is he, or is that just a joke about him?
I'm pretty sure he's gay. He says he's gay. He could be lying, but I've never tested him on the subject.
Well, see what you
good for him.
What you gotta do is pull out your penis.
No.
If he likes it.
Yeah. All right, change of plans. Adamantine can't make it tonight.
He's gonna be too busy being preoccupied.
And just whip it out, and if he looks at it for far too long, then you know he's gay. Frosted, are you gonna do a corner this Friday?
All depends on his godson.
Little prick's not even born and he's ruining my life.
As far as I know, nothing's planned. So right now. So I should be able to.
Who's going to be your guest?
Well, I don't have that down yet.
Oh Lord.
But,
You know what this is, Terry? This is like Lady and the Tramp, when they first get the dog and they love the dog dearly, and then they get the baby and they don't care about the dog as much anymore. You're like the dog.
Hey, I'm not black.
Hey.
They threw the puppy out with the bathwater.
Frosted is also on Quippers as a regular, so you can hear the witty banter between Terrybot and Frosted and Jack. Jack's also on the corner with Frosted and Terrybot. Will, anything you want to show?
I just have my regular Saturday shows, 5 p.m. Eastern, where I alternate between game streaming and the watching paint dry show, which that one's Jack's favorite.
Okay.
I don't know why I don't.
I prefer to watch people doing things as opposed to doing nothing, which I think of as game streams.
It says the man a game stream.
What?
You run a game stream.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's a social game stream, not like just I got a video game.
I socialize.
Yeah, he talked to himself.
Talk to the people in the audience.
And himself.
I think.
I hope there's people in the audience.
In truth, I think it's because I appreciate when somebody has a hobby that they're personally invested in. I think that
just keep
watching
on the guy. Keep picking on the guy in the wheelchair, Jack. Yeah.
But like, for example, Random American has he occasionally streams himself just making a puzzle. And I find that personally more engaging than watching someone play a video game, because I view video games as fairly mindless activities. It's not really a hobby because there's no personal investment in the video game.
Yeah,
with a few exceptions.
Admit it, Jack, you just like the tunes.
Yes,
Oh, that's
I
just
like
like
the
your opinion, man.
It's and by opinion he means penis.
Well, that is my opinion.
Hmm.
If you like game streams, all the power to you. It's just not for me. It's not
Understandable.
for you.
And this upcoming
For
Saturday
you.
should be an art stream. I'm very close to finishing the watercolor pencil season. I've got something else lined up with painting glass in the near future.
Why are you painting frosted?
Mind your business.
No,
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
it's
Frosted's gonna look like that Gautier cover or the music video, whatever.
But you were saying, well,
I was told it's Frosted. I thought it was his cousin.
Yeah, my cousin. Sure, yeah.
that's what you're telling everybody. Okay.
All you gingers look the same.
My
You
cousin
really
looks a lot. My cousin looks a lot like me wearing a fake mustache.
And fake pubes.
No,
But-
those are real.
oh my.
He tie-dyes them.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know anymore. I'll just move on to Tyribot. So Tyribot's on everybody's stream.
Pretty much.
Damn near.
If you're a member of the circle of that we occupy, you're on. He's on your stream. He's on. If you're not, then he's not on your stream.
I mean, I'm in that circle and he's not on mine, but that's because it's movies and not video games. I'm pretty sure if I did like a gaming stream, he'd more than welcome. He'd more than likely want to join in. He'd more than welcome.
He's not on my stream. I'm always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Well, it would depend on the game because some games I just find incredibly tedious and boring. Which is why, like, I never cared about the Phasmophobia or 7 Days to Die streams. It's like, no, you go play. I'm just not going to watch or be involved.
Now, even when you think he's not there, it's like when you see the one set of footprints on the beach.
Yeah.
It was Terry on your back the entire time.
So Terry is on Mr. Adams Mondays, his Minions night. He's on Hammered with TMaxi on Wednesday. He's on The Corner with Gunski and Frosted Glass. He's on this show, The Midnight Show. He's on Quippers with Gunski and Frosted, who are regulars. And James Colley. I'm sorry, I totally forgot that James Colley was here. James Colley. He's also on Hellcats randomly whenever he does something that Tyribot finds interesting.
And next 6 minutes. If he streams, there's a decent chance I'll be on that as well.
Next 6 minutes. All right. I need to put that in.
But Six hasn't streamed in a while, but yeah, if he starts up his nice hikes again, I'll almost certainly be joining him on that.
What are those?
So he plays any Grand Theft Auto game, though typically GTA 5, and he just walks around and he like doesn't do any crime or any like missions. He just walks around, sort of looks at the scenery, says hi to the NPCs, and just has a nice walk through the city.
So he tried to be a model citizen.
He's a kind, law-abiding citizen.
Yeah.
That must be difficult.
No, I take it back. He did commit one crime. He listened to a Taylor Dane song, and his video was taken down as a result.
Well, I mean, nobody should inflict that on anyone.
He walked into like a clothing shop, and the game was playing a Taylor Dane song, and so that flagged the copyright. So he got a copyright claim on his video.
That makes no sense. Like if the game played the music, it's not like I'm.
But it's all automatic. There's no people making the decision. The robot heard a Taylor Dane song and said, "Hey, this channel doesn't have the rights to play that music," and so.
It's kind of funny because now games are starting to come with a streamer mode, where
where
it mutes all like copywritten music. So and I was watching this. I was watching a stream of one game with it, and like in the scene, the two characters are like listening to a song and like rocking out doing air guitar, but all you hear is silence and record sounds.
Terry,
They should replace it with like "Pop Goes the Weasel" or something.
Yeah. Oh,
you
shit.
They have somebody to switch somewhere in the whole copyright thing, because
I got it for
doesn't just
Gunski.
automatically stop them. It flags it for the person that's identified as owner of the copyright for them to say, "Hey, take that down." Now they may not actually review it before doing it. I know Disney, they just say, "Oh, there's a similarity, we own it."
Yeah.
That's what happens to me sometimes.
Fuck Disney. Sorry, I had to sneeze there.
Yeah.
Fuck Disney. All right, I'm being told to wrap it up. My producer over there is like, you need to get going. Gunski's probably fucking asleep.
I'm pretty sure Gunski wants to go to bed.
I was asleep before the show started. I don't even know what's going on. What planet am I on?
Who are you people? How'd you get in my bedroom?
Don't worry, Gunski. We'll leave it like we found it.
This is all just a vivid hallucination.
You should have never smoked that weed with Mr. Adam last night. You'd have been fine.
I'll never smoke weed with Willie again.
All right, let me end this show. Final thoughts?
I didn't even have any first thoughts.
Thanks for talking. Slush rush and high base power attack.
Shut it.
Did you say Shawshank?
Good movie.
It was a good movie.
Elon Musk, world's richest man and poster child for narcissism.
God damn it. All right, that's it. Morning shift's coming in, and we gotta go. All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good one, everybody.
There we go.